Pancakes are better than waffles, to be honest.
Have you started recording?
Yeah, when I start recording, because I say some bullshit always beforehand. Always, every time we start the podcast, I always got to say some bullshit just to christen
Oh
it.
fuck me! I'm sitting here and I just hear pancakes are better than waffles. I'm like, what the fuck?
I just had some pancakes for I had it for lunch. I got protein pancakes from My Protein.
Ooh,
They're pretty nice.
I've never tried them. I'm just strictly on their powders.
Yeah. You can't go wrong. I got the spread as well, the protein spread. That shit's hot.
Again, never tried that either. Do you know what I want to try? You see, like Mars Bar and Snicker have like protein variants, and I want to try, but they're like I seen the Mars Bar one, and it's like a decent sized Mars Bar, but decent sized Mars Bar.
Yeah,
but it's like £1.60.
To be fair, shit like that. Oh, am I echoing? Oops.
It's
It's the voice meter thing. Hold on, turn that off. There we go.
Wait, did that echo on the podcast?
I don't think it did. It just came from my headphones.
I could hear it from your headphones.
Yeah, it's all good. But I think like stuff like that, you'll just end up just shitting yourself. Like really, like shitting yourself. Like protein related products, they're tasty at first, but then you get home.
I don't know. Protein related, they're okay. Protein I don't think tastes very nice. Not that synthetic protein that they put in that kind of stuff. If we're talking like meat.
Oh yeah.
Meat's nice.
Pause. I'm immature. I'm sorry, guys. Welcome to the Betwixt Ideas Podcast. Episode 21. It's your host, the most, Shaq. How am I feeling today? Well, I just feel happy because
you're feeling like a champion.
I've got some time off from work. I booked in some time off.
You're feeling like a champion.
Did you realize you was a champion?
I know. I'm talking about your t-shirt, bro.
I know. I helped Costco.
Oh yeah, Costco's awesome.
I hadn't been Costco before, so
I've only ever been a few times.
It's the shit. Bam, I got all this shit.
How have you got a Costco card?
Well, Olivia is a solicitor, so you can give that to family members. I work in education.
So you can get a Costco card, yeah. Fair
technically,
enough.
yeah.
I can as well because of where I work. I don't want to.
You work in a place that is applicable for
Costco cards.
Yeah. So here, man. The prices are decent, man. You get some bulk shit. Literally, if you want to do Christmas shopping, just hit up Costco. You get everything.
What? I love bulk shopping.
It's hard.
Economies of scale.
Oh, fam. Literally, when I get a new place, when I'm moving proper, I'm going Costco, getting all the meats, barbecue. That's the plan.
What, like housewarming?
Yeah. That's the plan.
Am I invited?
Of course. Man, I can't have the bike and not invite.
Imagine that.
Co-host.
You have some. That would be fucking.
Rude.
And I'm just standing outside of a window. I know a barbecue's outside, but like the stereotypical. I'm on the outside looking in. It's pouring down with rain.
Just that one cloud is over your head. Everywhere is sunny.
and it's playing. Mad World.
Oh my days! Shout out to that Gears of War advertisement. That's legendary advertisement.
Do you know what? That's one of the best game trailers I've ever seen in my entire life.
That and the Halo 3 one with the little massive diorama.
Yes.
That is very legendary. That is super legendary. One day we will talk more about that. But
yeah, that's a good topic. One day.
That's a topic. That's a
game trailers. But. What was you saying? We were saying it was episode 21.
Yeah. I'm Shaq. This is my co-host Jamie.
If they didn't know that already,
How you feeling, man?
Appalling.
Appalling?
No, I'm saying if they didn't know our names already, that's appalling.
Thank
Mind
God.
you, this could be their first podcast.
This could be the first podcast.
Welcome if this is your first podcast.
Of course. Number 21.
Be one of them dickheads in the YouTube comments and puts first. Because then we'll know that's your first podcast.
And it gives us interactions. It helps boost, the viewership as well. So please just comment. Please. Yeah. Number 21 is a good number because that's 21 seconds. Hustle the Crew's biggest hit today.
21 seconds, yeah.
Man.
There's a lot of good 21s.
21 Savage.
21 Savage.
Very good. Do you know he's British?
Is he?
He is.
I did not know that.
You missed a shitstorm on Twitter maybe 3 years ago where it came out that 21 Savage was British.
I did not realise he was a Brit.
Yeah, man. I think he's from East London. His family's from East London. It's crazy.
Fair enough.
Shout out to 21 Savage.
Yeah, bro.
He had a really good growth. He's been getting better at rapping. He's
done him. Some big songs as well,
He is.
Like today, I was listening to some Post Malone, and he's on that Rockstar tune with him.
He is on Rockstar. You know what?
And I really like Post Malone.
I don't hate Post Malone, but I enjoy a few singles here and there.
To be perfectly honest, I don't think I actually hate any artist. I
hate a few artists.
I could actually hate a few artists. But I mean, if they make okay music, I don't mind listening to one or two tracks of okay music.
Yeah, like
I don't swear someone off because they're.
I've never really sworn anyone off. Like, I've just never been a fan of some people's music. I might hate the music because I might feel like it's just really shitty.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not a massive metalhead, but that doesn't mean I hate like Metallica.
I fuck heavy with Metallica.
I
love, fam. Like, if you like, next time you go gym, right, which is tomorrow.
It will be tomorrow.
Throw on either Ride the Lightning, the album, or Master of Puppets. I know what ones.
I do know Metallica, but I don't fuck with them like metal's not my thing. I can fuck with a few tracks, but I don't hate it.
But if you're doing weights, like Ride the Lightning,
Nah, I know.
That shit goes hard.
I need to do more music listening while doing weights because I do a lot of podcast listening.
I've been doing more UK music listening because I am a bit of a US fanboy.
Yeah.
Shout out to this guy on Twitter.
You listen to some Dave now?
A little bit of Dave, a little bit of Gets. I was listening to Kano's, was it third album that came out? The Hoodies All Summer album.
Okay.
No, it's the fourth album. Apologies. Very good album. I was also listening to Leanne Chavez. Oh fuck, what's her name? Damn. It's if I show you the album cover, you might recognize it. Also listening to fuck. Never mind, I'll bring it up later on. Yeah. But no, shout out to Z Untitled on Twitter. He gave me a really sick like playlist.
Okay, cool.
A shit ton of like UK playlists. They're like 2010s like UK, 2000s UK, 90s UK, 80s UK and shit. It was sick stuff. I was listening to Estelle, her first album. That shit was hard. Hard.
Before Kanye?
Yeah, before Kanye. You ever heard a song? 98 years ago, made me 89, I'm trying to get by. Like, oh my God, that song is hard.
I don't think I've ever heard that. I didn't know there was an Estelle before Kanye. Obviously, there was an Estelle before Kanye because he discovered her. Well,
I wouldn't say he discovered, he like
promoted her.
Yeah, he just jumped on the song with her. Like, it's because Estelle got that song, American Boy, is from will.i.am's instrumental album or one of his albums. It's the same beat. If you look at a song called was it Can't Wait by will.i.am? That's it, Impatient. If you look at that song Impatient by will.i.am, it's the same beat.
Okay. I do like will.i.am. He's a fucking weird guy now.
He's different. I like older will.i.am stuff because I feel like he was more hip hop, like, you know what I mean? But
you feel like he lost his touch a little bit?
I think he obviously sold out. Like, it's no secret. It's not like even like shade or anything. He obviously sold out because he just didn't think that hip hop was gonna put him to the next level. But he's kind of wrong now because hip hop's the most popular genre.
Hip hop's sort of like the mainstream at the moment.
It is the mainstream. Yeah, 100%.
Hip hop is pop at the moment.
Facts. It's not even like
you have these pop artists jumping on hip hop beats.
Fam, there was literally a moment in time where like every pop artist had to have a trap beat in their song. Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, The Weeknd. I can name a ton of them.
Even now, a lot of them still have a hip hop beat in their music,
or like a hip hop feature. They might have like a Takeoff or a Quavo. They might have a Young Thug. Travis Scott. Exactly. Like, you know, they might have a Drake in there. They might throw a Drake or a Kanye or whatever. You know?
I think those two are a bit too big for a feature.
No, sometimes Kanye still does features when he's ready. Like, he did a feature with The Game. You know, that was...
Yeah.
And The Game's, like, definitely past his prime. Like, no shade, like, but he is. He's not really rapping, like, super duper high level. But anyway, fam, I saw some funny shit on Twitter. Let me pull out my phone.
Okay.
Fab. Listen, man, shout out to just my UK peeps, man, because...
Shout out to the Twitter UK peeps.
Shout out to the UK peeps, because you lot just kill me with some of the bullshit you lot on, because this is like taking me back to just being a dumb 18-year-old.
Okay.
So I get this tweet across my timeline, right? And I'll just show it to you, right? It says you know, like you got Snapchat, right? Someone just puts like a blank picture and like some text on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
So someone's like, for anyone trying to get into uni and doesn't have the grades, let me know. Any uni course. Man, them are frauding their way into uni.
Wait. Expect that's gone over. Let me see this.
Fam, didn't it look like one of them like posts you put out when you're trying to get people to do like AC with you?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's like it's the blank picture with the text. For anyone trying to get into uni and doesn't have the grades, let me know. Any uni, any course.
Fam.
Bro, what, is this guy trying to like shot clearing or something?
Yeah, someone's trying to shot like uni courses. I'm like, nah, this is top tier madness, bro. You trying to fraud your way into uni?
I don't even know if that's frauding. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
That has to be, fam. If you're
so, what they're trying to say, they're auto grades and shit, and like make fake certificates and stuff.
They might do, fam.
Hey, can I hit that guy up because my grades weren't that great?
Fam.
I don't care. I got the degree now. I don't give a fuck.
Man, you got the 2-1, innit?
I got a 2-1. Yeah,
man. See, you're doing better than me. I had the 2-2, fam.
But 2-2 is not as bad as like the pressure that they say how bad it is. Do you know what I mean?
Fam,
that made no sense, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah. Back there, when I saw that 2-2, I was like, I'm gonna be a fucking bum. Like, I'm gonna be a
man.
bum.
Trust me. 2-2 is a pass. A third is a pass.
Yeah.
So it's just like you passed your course.
Yeah, more or less. Like, but everyone, back then.
I tell you this: 90% of employers just go, you went to uni, you passed. They don't give a fuck about your grade unless it's super hyper specific.
Unless you're like a doctor or like
of course,
a lawyer or anything like that. Like, fam, imagine though, someone be decent in uni, right? Get the fake grades, fam, and then they're a dentist. And then 2-2s now, you go see them at your dentist, right? Man's counting on his fingers to count how many teeth are in your mouth.
No, stop.
Do you know how mad that is?
Stop.
Nah, fam, guys, allow Deetson to get into uni, fam. Just work hard. I know, like, obviously, everyone has different abilities in school and that, but, like, listen, just work hard, guys.
It's not the be-all and end-all either.
It's not. I'll
be perfectly honest with you. The way that the student loans and, like, the job opportunities are for someone with a uni degree in today's world, I'll be honest with you, if you know what you want to go into and it has an apprenticeship to get into it, do the apprenticeship. Fuck uni. Honestly, obviously, if you want to go to uni for the other aspect of it, like the whole culture, the whole social side of it, as well as the education.
Don't be going there just to like get lit. You could do that in fucking London.
But that's what, like, if you want to do that, then that's fine. But it's like, if you're just doing it to get into a job, but that job has an apprenticeship option, like do the apprenticeship, man. Fuck off uni. Like, trust me, uni's not worth the money. It's not worth it.
It's very expensive, and nowadays you got all these online courses and shit. Like, you can probably do what I do now online, and you don't even have to go to uni.
Bro, I've seen YouTube videos that's like 4 hours long, and it'd be like complete beginners in Python. 4 hours.
Python, Java.
Like,
JavaScript.
I don't know the quality of that, but YouTube is a fantastic place for computer-based.
Oh, easily, fam. Like, literally, what you got to know is like, what kind of language are you learning? Learn some like simple sort of like functions. Find some documentations and just go and practice.
And that's it.
That's really all you got to do, and then you'll just learn that way.
How do you think people done it in the first place? That's exactly how they've done it in the first place.
Or like, you buy like I got a HTML book right there. Like, it's a really good HTML book. Like, I learned all of HTML just from that one book alone. And you just go and practice, man. You can get like free editing software. Like, just download like Notepad++. It's like free. You can go and just learn how to code there and then.
It is that easy.
It's that easy. That's fucked up, bro.
Should we
let's get into the running order. It's been about a nice little 13-14 minutes, so let's just...
Yeah. So last week we talked heavily about Mr. Willard Smith. I will say his full name because I think it's a really cool full name, Mr. Willard Smith. And so we're going to talk about like the little update that's happened in the last week or so. So the Academy or the Oscars or whatever, or whoever's in charge, so they've turned around and banned Will Smith for 10 years.
10 years? I'm sorry, it's overdoing it.
That was my first question to you. Does the punishment fit the crime, or does the punishment fit the crime? Yeah, that's the phrase.
I'll be honest. Yeah, like, you shouldn't really be putting hands on people at the Oscars. It's a bit crazy. There's other actors and celebrities that have done some madnesses that probably are worse than slapping someone at the Oscars, but ho-hum. 10 years, that's a bit much. I'll say like maybe a year, 2 years.
I would definitely say you miss out for the next year. That's a given.
That's easy, man. That's lightweight, man. Will Smith got his Oscar anyway. He's chilling. He don't need to do anything else.
But this is the thing, like, the worst thing about the slap is it completely overshadowed the entire night. So all the people that did win, they're not talked about.
No one remembers.
Like, all the fantastic achievements in cinema, all the fantastic actors, all the fantastic editors, directors, producers, sound scorers that won awards. Who fucking knows? I don't know nothing. I don't know who won shit that year.
Listen, man. People just love the drama.
I think
love the scandalous vibes.
I do think 10 years is a bit excessive.
It's a bit
I
much.
get it. I get the ban. Is 10 years? Like, what's a 10-year prison sentence? Like robbery, armed robbery?
Nah, armed robbery, you might go like 6.
Bro, I don't know.
I think 10 years. I think that's like a long string of like sexual assaults or rape.
Oh, I mean,
I might be wrong, but I feel that could probably work. You can probably get 10 years for that.
I don't know.
You don't know, and I'm not googling it.
No.
Facts don't matter.
Facts don't matter. But that's what I'm saying. It's like he's being banned. I don't know how much he cares, I'll be honest at this point.
I don't think... I think because it's quite fresh, they were like, no, we must get rid of him for a long time. And, set an example so no one slaps no one at the next one. It's like, no one's going to really do that next year because it's like...
It's an isolated incident.
It's very isolated. It's like a blip.
Now, if it happened again next year, then... I got to really be questioning the security that the Oscars are throwing out there.
No one else, I don't think many people can really go up and slap people on stage and like not be like completely like thrown in the fucking chokey. Like Will Smith's the only one I know who could really get away with that. You couldn't like... No,
I reckon a lot of them Hollywood people could get away with it. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
A lot of them, but if we're talking like, I don't think someone like Gal Gadot could do that shit.
Depends on what it is, though.
Like Gal Gadot's not a bad actress, but Will Smith's Will Smith, isn't it? Like Will Smith. Yeah,
he's got a bit of rapport. Perfect word, man. Perfect word.
He's got that longevity. Like everyone knows Will Smith, man. Will Smith's a household name. You can't really say the same about Gal Gadot.
Now, if Jada got up and slapped Chris Rock,
maybe it might be a different tone. Actually, I don't know.
I don't think we would have got any of this.
I think Chris Rock probably would have got more flack.
I completely agree. If she got up, slapped him, and then sat back down, and then I think she would have been hailed as brave.
Yeah.
I mean, but it would have been understandable at the time. Obviously, I still think slapping someone for... Let's be honest, it was such a mild joke.
It was very, like, it wasn't that serious. Like I said, like, before in the episode, like, you can be mad at a joke.
Yeah.
You don't really got to put hands on someone. I get it. But I don't agree with it, but I understand.
I'll be honest, I'm getting... And they're going to probably drag this out for as long as they possibly can because it puts eyes on the Oscars, more clicks on the Oscars.
Yeah.
So...
Let's keep it 110%. Who the fuck is watching award shows?
No one, man. That's the thing.
I haven't watched the Grammys in like about, I'm going to say 10, maybe 12 years.
This is what I mean. It's like, because realistically, all you really care about is the winner and a speech. There's a lot of filler. There's a lot of filler.
Like, it's not like we vote in to decide who gets these awards anyway. It's like a committee. So like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean?
I think some awards do fan choices now. But
some
again,
but I don't think like Oscar or Grammys were like type thing. You might get your like MTV awards.
Yeah, or stuff like that. But they're like a step below like this prestigious award.
Maybe like American Music Awards. I don't know.
Yeah, But you're right. No one really watches these award shows. So I think trying to keep it in the news cycle as best they can. They're getting traction on the Oscars. I guarantee you, a month or so before the next Oscars, all this type of stuff gets brought back up again.
Of course, it's gonna be like next year from now. So everyone's like, who's gonna get slapped?
About February, March next year, they'll bring who's gonna get slapped this year?
Ooh, but I feel like,
or they'll try and do an interview with Will Smith saying, are you bummed out that you can't go to the Oscars this year? They'll do something.
Guys, leave Will Smith alone.
But this is what I mean. I'm getting bored of this news story now. I don't think, if there's even more updates, I don't think we should carry on speaking about this, going on to further podcasts. Because, listen, as you said, leave Will Smith alone.
Listen, I want to end off with this, right? Leave Will Smith alone, right? Because this man has been the butt of everyone's joke for a little bit too long now. It's like, it was funny the first time,
and he snapped,
slap, cry meme. Okay, cool. If we see this guy running down Hollywood Boulevard, like naked, waving a gun at people, screaming, don't act surprised. Do not act like you don't know, you can't see this coming. Because
I don't think that will happen, but I know what you're saying.
I'm sorry, but like if you keep poking at the bear and the bear mauls your ass, don't be surprised.
No, it's true. It's true.
Don't be surprised. Leave that man alone. Like, listen, we've had little jokes. Ha ha ha. Very funny. He's a cuckold. We're done now. It's finished. Let it die.
Let's move on.
So,
you wanted to talk to me about something.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, on the topic of movies,
loosely,
I saw a very good movie last week. And you know what that movie is? Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, let me give you guys some backstory.
You're a Sonic man.
I'm a Sonic guy.
You had that poster in your childhood bedroom.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
I had the Sonic Generations poster where I showed all that era.
Where all the stereotypical teen boys would have like pictures of, I don't know.
Like the rap poster.
And then just the...
maybe like a gaming poster, like a Pokemon poster.
Or like a female... Some sort of female.
Yeah.
Megan Fox over that fucking car in Transformers. Shaq had a fucking Sonic poster.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about no bitches. I was thinking about Sonic. I was thinking about the blue hedgehog, guys. The needle mouse. Now...
The needle mouse?
Yeah, the needle mouse, guys. Listen, I'm not as heavy into Sonic now because I have sex and I've got a fiance. So, of course, that just kills all of Sonic in my body, but I still enjoy the games. I still, chime in every so often. I've been watching the movies, and let me tell you something. I think this movie has kind of broken the curse that video game adaptation movies normally come with.
Do you know what I was going to say? So, when we were talking about this podcast a few days ago and what we were going to do, I hadn't actually seen any of the Sonic movies.
Okay.
However, last night I was perusing Netflix and Sonic 1 is on there.
Okay.
So I actually watched Sonic 1 last night.
Oh, so how'd you find it?
Well, I'm going to say this first.
Okay.
If Jim Carey wasn't in the film, it would be a lot worse.
That's fair.
Jim Carey... I don't know about the second one, obviously. Jim Carey carries that first film.
Oh, no. It's...
The main guy, I don't know the actor's name. I've seen him in a few things.
Oh, yeah,
but he is a very generic guy. And I don't mean that in a really offensive way. Like, he's just that generic dude.
Yeah, he's meant... Like, Sonic's meant to be, like... Because for everyone who's done their video game homework, Sonic was literally made to rival Mario.
Yeah.
But he's a product of his time, like very much a product of his time. He came up in the 90s. So he just exudes coolness and radical and extreme.
I don't... So I like the film.
Okay, cool.
I like the film. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there's anything great about it. So I think there's nice few little Easter eggs. Like, I really like Ben Schwartz as Sonic because he's cool. Absolutely hilarious. I don't really like Sonic because that's not how I always saw Sonic. Like,
really?
This kind of Sonic in the films is like a bit of a... I don't know. Like a bit of like... It's almost like a bit of a dickhead. Like a little childish dickhead.
He's cocky.
I never got that from Sonic previously.
Really?
In the cartoons, I always thought of Sonic as like that kind of cool guy.
So which one? Did you watch Sonic X?
I watched Sonic X.
Yeah, he was quite cocky in Sonic X.
I don't think as much as that.
I think in the first sort of early episode, he was very cocky.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think I don't know, and I don't. While I love Jim Carrey, he wasn't Eggman that I knew from the games.
Oh no! So it's a different type of Eggman.
That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So it just wasn't what I was expecting, which again isn't a bad thing.
It's very much a Carey performance.
Oh, that's what I mean. Jim Carrey carries that first film.
Yeah,
he as you said, it's a Jim Carrey performance. What you get with a Jim Carrey performance is stellar comedic acting.
very animated,
very
over the top.
Like he made me laugh more than any other character. Jim Carrey is funny.
It's Jim Carrey, so you know what I mean. Like if Jim Carrey's not the funniest thing in the movie, then there's a problem.
And it was nice seeing him as a villain as well, because you don't really see him in that villainous role. Like you see him in that kind of like
you get. Well, we've seen him in like Riddler in the Batman movie. Yeah,
no, true. But again, that was more.
It's kind of the same thing. It was kiddie.
Yeah, I think it was a bit more playful. This, he was like the straight up villain from the beginning.
He's a little bit more conventional villain.
Yeah,
rather than, like,
I really loved it when he goes to the dude, like the main guy. He's like, and it's all just Jim Carrey. He's like, I've only ever lost one fight in my life, and that was the bully at school. It was just like he now drinks through a straw.
Oh my god!
So it's just like, oh my god, okay.
Yeah, the first film was pretty good. The second film, though. Now,
from what I don't know anything about the second film.
Okay.
And I completely missed the post-credit scene because I fell asleep while I was sitting through the credits last night. I'm assuming it's Tails.
Yes.
Because I know Tails is in the second film.
It is Tails.
And I know Knuckles is in the second film as well. So
Idris Elba is very good in this film.
But he just sounds like Idris Elba.
Yeah, it's very good. Like, he's quite. I didn't realize how funny Idris Elba was.
Idris Elba's a funny guy, bro. He's in The Office. He's in the US Office.
I did see a clip of him in The Office. Yeah,
and he's funny in that. Because he's not in it a lot, but you're going to talk about The Wire.
Well, The Wire, American Gangster, Luther as well. Damn,
he's a great actor.
He's a very good actor.
He's a good British actor.
Listen, I sometimes forget when I'm watching.
Can I ask as well, because I'm not attuned with Sonic as much as you are. Sonic 1 has a bit of a backstory that he had this kind of mother figure called Longclaw. Yeah, is that real?
So that's strictly the Sonic. I wouldn't have to call it the Sonic universe now, the Sonic Cinematic Universe, the SCU.
Well, so this is what I liked at the beginning of the film. It came up with Sega's logo, and then it played a bunch of their games.
Yeah.
So are they going to do a Sega Cinematic Universe?
We don't know.
Can I get an Earthworm Jim movie?
Damn, that'll be kind of hard.
Now, I'll be honest with you. The main dude from the Sonic film, he could be Earthworm Jim. He's got that kind of Earthworm Jim
like,
look.
Wormy face. I was thinking something like Matthew Broderick.
Yeah?
Yeah, that'll be a sick Earthworm Jim. No, I don't know what they're going to do. They are making a Sonic Cinematic Universe, though. They have got the third film in the works right now.
Yes, yeah, I'm aware that Sonic 2 leaves not on a cliffhanger, but there's a
post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
No, it's a new film, man. Don't spoil it for people.
Damn.
I don't give a shit, but don't spoil it for people.
They are putting in a lot of.
I'm gonna make guesses. Do not give any hints away, but I can make guesses of what it could be. So. And I might be wrong with these guesses, but I know enough about Sonic where I can have sort of blind stabs at what a third film could be.
All right, I'm not going to say anything. You just name characters, and I'll either nod or shake my head.
Okay, yeah. So, Chaos, Shadow, Metal Sonic. What's that? Is it Silver? Oh God, I can't think of any more.
That's really all the big ones, really. Unless you want to think of Zavok from Sonic.
What about like Golden Sonic?
Oh, Super Sonic?
Is it all Super Sonic?
No comment. I'm not going to say anything.
No, that's fine. Mind you, I will say, Shaq did nod his head in one of those. I had to.
Yeah. But I think.
Do you know what? The one that you nodded your head for, that is the one I thought it would be the most.
I knew halfway through the movie that's what it was going to be.
I could tell you that, but from watching the first film.
Oh, really?
Only because it's just a logical step.
See, I thought they were going to do somebody else. I can't really say it or I'll give it away. So I thought they were going to do,
Fuck me, I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, okay.
But they didn't do that. So I was like, oh, but then I got halfway through the film. I saw a few references. I'm like, are they going to do it? Because it's the same sort of thing that I've seen from this other game. Are they going to do it? And then someone said, blah, 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 blah. I was like, they're doing it.
So sorry, circling back, Longclaw isn't canon to the games?
No.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, at first, I was like, who the fuck is this owl?
I haven't read the comics either, so
could she be in that as well?
I don't think she's in the comics. I think Longclaw is literally just strictly SCU, which is not a bad thing. Like, it's fine.
I was literally like 5 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, did Rings always do that?
They have,
because I remember playing Sonic Heroes as probably one of the biggest Sonic games I've played the most. And obviously, when you get to the end of the stage, there is a massive ring, and then you go to the next stage. But I thought that was just like a game mechanic.
Yeah.
So in Sonic 1, the rings actually teleport you to places.
Yeah, they actually teleport you to some special stages.
So I did not know that. I thought the rings were like coins.
I forgot about that. I think they are still coins. But
they are, yeah.
I completely forgot that, oh shit, in Sonic 1 and 2, you can jump through big ass rings. No, Sonic 3 as well, you can jump through big ass rings and go to special stages.
Do you know what? I forgot. I was like, oh, cool. I thought it was a new thing. I was like, this is wicked.
They've changed it up a little bit because Sonic never just throws a ring out and just teleports everywhere. But they have made that a bit of a reference.
I do kind of would like that in a game because that would be kind of awesome.
Who knows? They're making a new Sonic game soon, which there is quite a bit of hype around it because
the films have done quite well.
Some of the teasers are quite interesting. So
would you say Sonic 2 is better than Sonic 1?
Easily.
Okay.
Easily.
And Tails, the I think we said this in last week's podcast because we were talking about Sonic in last week's podcast. God, we like repeating Will Smith, Sonic, fucking hell.
Oh my god.
It is the lady that plays Tails.
Yeah, she's actually voices Tails in the games.
That's quite cool. Yeah, I like that.
I think that's a really nice touch. But yeah, guys, it's a good movie.
Better than the first one?
Definitely better than the first one.
So what would you give the first one out of 10?
I give the first one like a 6.
I would give it a 6. I would say 5.56. If Jim Carey wasn't in it, I would probably put it as a 5, maybe a 4.5.
Yeah.
And that's more of a compliment on Jim Carrey rather than how bad the film or how sort of mediocre the film is. I think the story's nothing special. Like, Sonic's kind of cool. Like, as I said, I think the guy is a bit pointless. I would have preferred it if it was a kid, actually. I think it would have been better if it was sort of like a kid.
Yeah, if they followed like the Sonic X formula, I had like a kid. Chris, yeah.
I think if it was like a child and like it was his parents.
Yeah.
And then you can have the kid and the parents and Sonic.
But I can see what they're trying to do. Like, oh, Sonic hasn't really got any parents, so let's give him another father figure.
No, I understand that.
Like, I get that.
I get that. But like one of his things was to like. So he makes I don't know how much you remember the first film, but he makes like a bucket list because he thinks he's leaving Earth.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's some really cool scenes in Sonic 1, and I will say what they did very well and I liked in a second. But he makes a bucket list, and one of those things on there was to make a real friend, and I think that would have been a bit more heartfelt if it was actually a fucking child that was like his age, because Sonic's meant to be what, like 13, 14.
Let's see.
Well, there's a 10-year jump from when he leaves Longclaw to present day. I'm going
to say he's like 16.
Okay.
15, 16.
So if there was a 15, 16-year-old high school kid that was a bit of an outcast, like Sonic, had no friends, and then it could have been like... I think it just would have been a better film. That's just me.
Yeah, fair enough.
But what they did... So what I wanted going into this film is whenever there's a speedster... Everyone always talks about that scene from the X-Men films with Quicksilver, where everything all slows down and he does all his shit. And I was like, if they don't do this in a Sonic film, I will be thoroughly disappointed. They did it. They did it a few times. Not as good as the X-Men, but I think it's because it's been done a few times.
It's like The Matrix.
But I did like it because it was like... So there's like a bar fight in the first film, and he like completely... I don't really know how Sonic's powers work, because the way he does it, it's like he's frozen time, but I suppose he's going so fast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how fast he can actually go, and there is a bit at the beginning of the film when he's running while he has the speed gun, and it's only clocking like 300 miles an hour. So I don't know if Sonic can go faster than that.
Oh, he definitely can. Like,
I thought he could. I thought the reason his name was Sonic is because he could break the sound barrier.
No,
so
can.
like the supersonic.
Yeah, no, he definitely can. Like,
and I think the sound barrier is like 600 miles an hour.
Something like that. But he can go fast. You guys will see it.
Does he go faster in the second film?
I think he goes pretty fast in the second film. There's a lot of like cool references to like different parts of the games.
Oh, they do, but they do that in the first film as well. Like the place is called Green Hills, and they've taken bits of the music from the old games, and they've kind of like polished it, remixed it a little bit, and put it in. I mean, even the ring sound is probably the most satisfying sound in Sonic, and like you hear that quite a lot, and it's quite nice. I mean, like for audio listening, it's quite nice. So I have to sort of give it its props on that. It sounds good. Yeah. And I mean, Ben Schwartz, amazing as Sonic. I love him. He's hilarious in Parks and Rec. He's hilarious in everything he does.
He was in Stranger Things, wasn't he?
Was he?
He wasn't. I swear, like
Ben Schwartz.
I'm thinking of the same Ben.
I do not think he was in Stranger Things.
The after party. Am I thinking of someone completely?
I think you're thinking of someone completely different, bro.
Why is this zoomed in? Am I like old? Like, why is it zoomed in so much? He wasn't in Stranger Things.
But I mean, I know Jim Carrey looks more iconic Eggman in the second film.
Yeah. I kind of like what they did with that. It's kind of like a progression. I think they're really trying to make it so.
Yeah, because at the end of the first film, when he's been thrown into the mushroom planet,
which is a very sick reference to like Sonic and Knuckles, by the way, which I like.
I think I got that reference as well, and knowing that Knuckles is in the second film, I wonder if people at the time thought, does that mean Knuckles is going to be in the next film?
Yeah, I think people knew that Tails obviously was a post-end credit, but they thought maybe Knuckles as well.
I wonder if they'll add like Amy and Rogue.
See, this is the debate we're having right now on the timeline about, because of the film Sonic 2 and the post-credit scene, we're trying to figure out how they're going to put in certain key characters, because not to spoil or anything, but
I mean, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are the three.
Yeah. But in different parts of the like TV shows and also the games, there are like some key characters that come in that also introduce newer villains, new sort of things as well, new concepts, new powers. So we're trying to figure out, all right, if you're doing this, because I've seen the post-credit scene. If you're doing this in this, then you need to make sure that's established, or it's going to feel kind of weird to go and do this sort of thing.
Right. So correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. So Amy's just another hedgehog creature, right?
Yeah.
So they can bring her in quite easily, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Do they have the little blue thing?
Blue thing?
The little blue thing.
What, Chows?
Yes.
Obviously, spoilers. No, there's no Chow in the second.
I don't think that's that much.
But
and then, so they could bring in Amy quite easy. There's Rogue as well. Rogue the cat.
Oh, Rouge the cat. Oh, Rouge the bat. Sorry, Rouge
the bat. Sorry.
They could bring in that.
Is she tied to anything?
Yes.
Is she tied to Eggman?
Yes and no. So she's a CIA operative. So. See, I'm trying not to say anything without spoiling the film.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I can move on. So obviously you have like the main. So like Shadow is a villain, but
he's pretty huge.
He was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in in Sonic X or whatever, from my Sonic knowledge, he was created by Eggman. Correct.
So he
was created by Eggman's dad, grandfather,
Dr. Gerald Robotnik created him 50 years ago.
So that would be interesting if they actually introduce Shadow into, because that would mean, because in the first film it's like, what the fuck is this thing? But then if they introduce Shadow, it's like, well, no, these things have been here before.
See, but that's the thing about that, is that Shadow appears in Sonic Adventure 2, but Sonic Adventure 2 takes place a few years after Sonic Adventure 1, or shortly after Sonic Adventure 1, and in Sonic Adventure 1 there's Chaos. So I'm like, you kind of have to have that.
Chaos before you have Shadow. So maybe Chaos. So maybe it'll be Chaos that comes into Sonic 3.
Yeah.
What about Silver? That's the fucker I know nothing about.
See, I didn't play Sonic 06. Like, I tried to, but I just really don't fucking like that game.
But he's got like a weird power, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got telekinetic powers. So
That's it.
Someone can probably string that together. I don't think, as far as I know, I don't think there's anything that hints to that so far in the universe. So we'll see.
What was the... So I'm thinking of the teams from Sonic Heroes.
Okay.
The crocodile fucker.
Chaotix. So you got well, that's what's funny about Chaotix is that Knuckles was originally in Chaotix. So there was Knuckles, Mighty the Armadillo, Charmy.
I remember Charmy the bee.
Yeah, Charmy the bee, Vector the crocodile, and Espio the chameleon.
So those fuckers could come into the Sonic universe then, if it's tied to Knuckles.
See, I'm hoping that they do something later on with a particular enemy, because that means that they could probably bring in Chaotix if they're going to follow that specific timeline and story. But they haven't really shown... They've more been hinting towards someone that I have mentioned already, but obviously I'm not going to tell you who I am. They have hinted towards that.
No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
they've hinted towards that person. There was a lot of references to say that okay, and they brought in a particular thing which lets me know that all right, it's so obviously going to be about this story. So I'm just like, okay, how are we going to do this going forward? Because you're kind of missing out two crucial people that should be established right now.
Do you know what? Before I move on to another Sonic-related topic, I will say, as long as he doesn't have a gun, I'm fine. Moving on.
That was a terrible game.
I mean, if people realise what I said, congratulations. You've probably seen the film, so it's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about, because there is this there's this Sonic cinematic universe now, the SCU.
I've coined it here. You heard it here first, guys.
The SCU. Or do you know what? I want to call it the Sega cinematic universe, because I want to see Sonic and fucking Earthworm Jim going up against Eggman and whoever the villain is.
Listen, if there's a fucking Jet Set Radio Future movie coming out soon, I'll shit myself right on this podcast. You'll hear me like void my bowels on the mic.
But I would, because you said at the beginning of this is like, this is how you do a video game film, and I completely agree with you. Sonic 1, and you're saying Sonic 2 is better, but Sonic 1 is the best video game film I've seen.
Yeah.
Period. I know there's like, people will go, what about Ready Player One? Ready Player One isn't a video game film. It's a film about video games.
Thank you. So...
fuck off.
Yeah, it's not the same. Like, people be saying
it's not the same.
It's not the same, bro.
It's not. This is a film about a video game. And they so in a way they've adopted like the whole comic book adaptation to films. They've kind of taken the core concept and made their own universe.
Adaptation.
But that's not what they used to do with these video game movies.
Well,
yes and no.
Yes and no. They took elements, but they wouldn't really. They were just kind of, make it up on the spot. They wouldn't really try to establish anything going forward. Like, if you watch the Mortal Kombat films, a lot of the shit is bullshit. And I know people were like, oh, the first one was so good. Guys, I'm here to tell you right now.
It's not.
It's not good. I don't care how old you are when the film came out. I don't care. Oh, I watched it when I was like 6 years old, and my dad took me, and it was really fun.
They are ridiculously fun films, though.
Yeah, they're fun. Like, they're popcorn flicks. You don't really have to like take it seriously. But
well, that's what I mean. Like, the Sonic one is much deeper.
Well,
which is nice.
Sonic 1's a little bit deeper. I think the Sonic 2 is when they're really fleshing out a lot of lore and a lot of references.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that Sonic does in Sonic 1 that is just, it's never explained. Like the whole like lightning bullshit. Like,
yeah, I think that's just them saying like, I think they're throwing in the boost mechanic thing.
Yeah, no, they are. But it's not explained at all in any shape or form.
I think they've kind of hinted towards something bigger in the second film.
Okay. I will say, though, because there's a Sonic cinematic universe, or a Sega cinematic universe, whatever way you want to call it, I want to quickly talk about the controversy with the character model for Sonic 1. Because this was a huge thing. So I want to ask, do you think the success can be boiled down to the the negative press the eyes that this film got because of how fucking piss poor that first character model was for Sonic.
Now, I don't want to be the one to, put on my tinfoil hat and make up a conspiracy saying that they did it on purpose.
I think they did it on purpose.
Because apparently it costs a lot of money.
But you don't get it that wrong. Do you remember what he fucking looked like?
He looked terrible.
He looked like the Cat in the Hat from Dr. Zeus.
Yeah, that looked like an abomination. It's like if Dr. Zeus and HR Geiger made like a fucking
it was awful.
Sonic movie.
And I mean, if they let me put it this way, if they stuck with that Sonic, do you think there would have been a Sonic 2?
Nah, everyone would have gone there just to see it flop.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the story would have been like anyway. Like the design was terrible, but
let's assume it's the exact same story. The exact same story, but with that character model. Bearing in mind, I think the character model has to be perfect from the get-go.
You have to get
the new character model, or the one that they're using, is spot on.
It's pretty good.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's pretty good to a live-action film as you can get, to be honest.
And what you got to remember as well is because there is a Sonic 2. If they used that character model for Sonic, that means we would have had a similar character model for Tails and Knuckles as well.
Oh no, that would
if they made
terrible.
So my question is, yes or no? Does the controversy with the character model influence the success of the Sonic franchise?
I definitely think that a lot of people were freaking out about this design. There's a lot of eyes on it for a while, and then when they fixed it, that even got more eyes. It's like,
and people were like, "I'm gonna go see this now."
Yeah, like now it's fixed, I'm gonna go see it. Or some people were like, "Oh, I was gonna go see it anyway because of the fuck design." So I think it paid off for them.
100% it paid off.
It might have cost people a lot of time and money and maybe some jobs, because I heard like the original studio that was doing the design, I think they got shut down or something.
Good, because that's fucking awful.
It was terrible.
I think they were just told a humanoid blue hedgehog. I don't think they said Sonic to him.
Nah,
because it didn't look like Sonic.
It didn't look like. It looked terrible. Like I've seen.
It looked like if Sonic was on what are those fucked YouTube videos with like the puppets.
Oh, you mean like? Don't touch me, I'm scared, or something like that.
It looked like if Sonic was one of those.
Yeah, it definitely looked very like Uncanny Valley type deal.
It was awful. But
it was terrible.
I genuinely believe that the controversy in the first film meant people went and saw it, meaning it got box office success, meaning it got commissioned for a second film, which again has had box office success. Because
it's the most successful video game adaptation film today, right now. It's gone like 70 million in the box office.
There we go,
which is fucking amazing.
And now we know there's a tease for a third film. Obviously, they don't have to do.
They were already going to make the third film before the second one came out. They were already teasing like the trailer came out. This is
what I mean, man. Like I think the controversy. I think they did it on purpose. Which, do you know what? As an advertising technique, because let me put it this way. A Sonic film comes out with no controversy, no nothing. Trailer's okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, you see Jim Carey in it. Oh, okay, cool. I'm not watching that film. I don't care too much.
Well, I think you got to put it into perspective. Like, say for example.
Also, do kids care about Sonic anymore?
Yeah,
kids care about Sonic.
When I went to go watch that, me and Olivia were the only like adults that without accompanying kids that were there. There was tons of kids there.
Did the cinema staff say? You have to take off that long jacket before you go in.
Fam, they were cool. They were really chill. They was like, "You want to see Sonic?" Right? I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna see Sonic."
When did you go? What time of day was this? If it was a week, was it a weekend or a weekday?
It was a weekday, fam. And there was
that's why there's kids. That's why there's kids.
It was like a Friday afternoon, and there was like
what time?
It was actually quite early. It was like 11 o'clock. It's because I took Olivia out on a date, so we went to go watch a film, and then we went for drinks afterwards.
Okay, fair enough.
No, it was cool, man. Like, fam, you know, I did kind of get a little bit wild when like I saw certain like references. I was like, oh shit!
I think references are kind of with the kids.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I can't be whiling in a Sonic 2 viewing when there's like a bunch of 7-year-olds there, like they don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, it's true. No, do you know what? I think we're both in agreement that the controversy led to the success.
Oh yeah, easily. It definitely.
Do we think it was purposefully done?
I don't know.
I think yes. I generally think yes.
I personally don't think it was. I think they really did fuck it up on like by accident, and then like when they saw the controversy, like shit, because
do you know what? I think they fucked up on purpose
because they delayed that film for a while. It was like a whole year, and
to fix it. Yeah, that makes you think that they were genuinely trying to fix it, because if it was like a stage, they would have had the backup.
They would have definitely had the backup. They would have come out in like 4 or 6 months.
But again, unless they were like, we know how long this would take, so we have to hold on to this.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, but these studios, like, it's like they rather the success of a franchise, because the movies make the money, but then it's all the toys, all that shit afterwards.
That is true, but at the same time, like, I'm not sure how the contract set up or who had to talk to who to get this movie out.
Mind you, Sega might have been pissed as well.
Sega probably was pissed because Sega doesn't have that much money.
But surely, Sega have to okay it.
They do have to okay it.
So do you think Sega saw that character model before it went out?
Maybe the thing is though, Sega isn't very bright. Like,
they want the cash in it, man.
It's not even just the money. I don't think they really know how to handle their IP sometimes, because if we've seen how Sonic has been treated for like years,
there's been some weird Sonic games.
There have been some pretty bad Sonic games, and
well, not even bad ones. Like, there's just weird ones. Like, I don't know. I've never played this Sonic game, but there's a Sonic game where he's a fucking knight with a sword.
Yeah,
and that was on the Wii, weren't it?
I played like the genie one. It wasn't that great, but. Listen, man, Sega, I don't think Sega really knows what they're doing, because they had the whole Aliens, Colonial Marines fiasco. The Dreamcast was pretty fucking bad. Well, it was a great console, but the way they handled it and the way it just ended was really bad.
Yeah.
They nearly went bankrupt because of it, but there's a lot of story of how they survived it and stuff. Because it's not easy to go from being a console maker or manufacturer to like a publisher. It's quite a hard transition.
Finishing off Sonic. You said Sonic 1 was like a 6.5. Sonic 2?
7.5.
Okay.
I think I'm a little bit biased because there was a lot of references.
No. 7.5 is just a good film.
Because I feel like I'm watching some material that I really know the backstory of. Like,
you enjoy it a bit more.
I can understand and appreciate what they're doing, because there's a lot of things that let me know that, okay, they really know what they're talking about. Like, obviously, like, I read a few comics here and there, but I couldn't tell you like every intricate detail about the Hulk or Spider-Man or Wolverine. Like, I know some very basic surface level shit, just to know that, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, whatever. Like, I watched the cartoons as a kid. I might have played some of the games or whatever, but that's as far as it goes. But me, I know my Sonic shit. I know everything.
That's what I mean. You were the guy with the Sonic poster.
Exactly. So when I'm seeing like little things and I'm catching like references, I'm catching like very small details.
I think a 7.5 is fair. I haven't seen it, so I think I'd probably score it a little bit lower anyway, because I think...
Yeah, like if you're...
Sonic's not my shit. Like, I've enjoyed the Sonic games in my childhood, but Sonic was never my shit.
All Sega needs to do is make sure this next Sonic game is good, and I'm hoping they do, because...
Do you think they should do a movie tie-in?
Nah. The Sonic franchise right now, in terms of the video game franchise, it can't really go and try and do anything sort of off.
So I don't necessarily mean it has to be like one of them video game like made for the film, but release it at the same time that the film is.
Hopefully they're going to release Sonic Frontier soon.
Okay.
Soon.
I didn't know.
I don't know, but I'm hoping, because personally we need like what's the last really Sonic game we got was kind of wasn't great.
But
Sonic Mania was fucking fire. That was like a really good game, but it wasn't even made by Sega. It was made by an indie team that got permission from Sega to do it. So we don't know. I think they just need to make sure that they take care of this franchise, because we got the Super Mario film that's coming out soon.
Yeah, oh God. We'll talk about that another time.
Another time. All right.
So from one film to the next, you've also very recently seen, probably, some people would probably argue, probably one of the best films of the year so far. I mean, there haven't been many films this year because we're only in April, but
True.
certainly a contender by people.
Oh yeah.
The Batman.
Yes, I saw The Batman.
Again, no spoilers, because I probably will see this at some point.
Okay.
I will talk more shortly, but Shaq, you saw The Batman.
Yeah, so I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I don't know if I've been on the podcast saying before that I am kind of tired of superhero films right now. I'm a little bit burnt out.
I certainly have superhero fatigue.
Oh yeah, I'm very fatigued from the whole thing now.
Do you know what I think it is? I think I'm fatigued. I've been fatigued since Endgame.
Endgame was definitely the last I had it in me.
And don't get me wrong, there's been some highs and lows of the things that have come out after Endgame.
What really came out after Endgame?
Well, I think the Spider-Man films have been... Yeah, because there's been 2 Spider-Man films since Endgame.
I think now that the dust has settled, No Way Home was cool. It's not that good. It's cool.
I think it's the best Spider-Man film. I still prefer the very first one with
the Raimi films.
No, Tom Holland, the very first Tom Holland one.
Oh, you're talking about Homecoming? Yeah,
because I really like Michael Keaton as the Vulture.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
But I just like the nuance of it all, and it kind of reminded me when he was Birdman in Birdman, which is a fantastic film. It's a one take, like. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Good. Watch it. It's fun.
It's going on the list.
Batman. Talk about Batman.
I think so. Like I was saying before, I think I might have said it or brought up to you before. I don't know. It is a film noir. They take a lot of steps from film noir. It's very dark. It's very brooding, but not.
We expect that kind of from a Batman film, though.
Yeah, but I'm sure a lot of people. Some people actually find that a little bit, boring at that point. They're like, I've seen too many dark Batman films. I want to see a bit of a more bright Batman film. But it's hard to do Batman bright unless you want to make it like Batman and Robin,
like Adam West,
or Batman Forever or anything like that. And you might like those films. Some people hated those films, but it's up to
Batman and Robin is awful, but the villains are amazing.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger is
I wasn't even necessarily talking about him, like a sexy Uma Thurman as a sexy Poison Ivy.
Yeah, she's alright. I can't say too much or I'll get beat up. But yeah.
Oh, come on.
All right, Uma Thurman is a very pretty woman. I'm just gonna put it out there. She's pretty. I thought this Batman was pretty damn good. I think it might be in the top 3 Batman films. At first, I was like, I think it's the best one, but I've calmed down.
I'm glad you've calmed down, because it was annoying me how much you were saying that it's like one of the best Batman films.
I think it still is like a top 3
that's
Batman
fine.
film.
I'm happy to concede that fact, but I was getting annoyed.
Dark Knight is very good. Dark Knight is a very good Batman film.
I don't want to be unfair to Dark Knight, but I do Dark Knight is a good film because of Heath Ledger's Joker. I don't want to be unfair on Christian Bale. Christian Bale is amazing.
Yeah.
But Heath Ledger is fucking amazing.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. He really did his thing in that film. No one expected it. That's why I think it was such a great.
No one expected it from him. He was a good actor, but that wasn't his bread and butter.
Exactly. When everyone heard, Heath Ledger's going to be the Joker, everyone was like, oh.
Do you know who the best Joker is though?
Lay on me.
Mark Hamill.
Best Joker voice for sure.
Voice, person.
He's
who are we to distinguish?
It's crazy. When I think of Joker, that's the voice I think.
Yeah, same.
Because I watched the.
By the way, if you don't know who Mark Hamill is, that is Luke Skywalker from Star Wars.
Who would have thought Luke Skywalker could do the best Joker voice?
He's the best Luke Skywalker and the best Joker.
There's more Luke Skywalkers.
I am Luke Skywalker.
Oh my god! But it's good, man. It's Sorry, I'm losing track there. It's a good film.
It's a good film.
It's a good film. The Riddle was really good. I think what's his name? What's his name? Damn, what's his name? How can I forget?
The guy who played the Riddler?
Yeah.
I do not know. I'll be honest with you. As I said, that I do have a bit of fatigue.
Paul Dano.
Okay, yeah.
He was pretty good.
As I said, I do have fatigue with superhero films. I think I have further, if you want to call it fatigue, I do have further sort of disappointment with DCU films.
Yeah, so guys, I don't know if Jamie's mentioned it before, but he's not really a fan of the DCU right now. He's a bit...
I don't think... So, I recognise that this could be a great film. I understand that. I don't want to go to the cinema and pay to sit there for 3 hours for a DC film where previous DC films have just been boring trash.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there are some good DCU films and some okay DCU films.
What are your favourite DCU films?
So I quite like Shazam.
Okay.
But when they don't take themselves seriously, they make a good film. Shazam's a good film.
I think it's because DC's always been the big boy superhero film.
But
I want to watch a serious superhero
If you think of the big ones, Wonder Woman, both of them, boring, horrible,
First
trash.
one's fine.
No,
I think the first one's fine.
I didn't like the first one.
The second one I really didn't like.
Aquaman, fantastic. So let me get this right. DCU, their casting is on point.
Yes.
The films are trash. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. There's no woman who could be Wonder Woman other than Gal Gadot right now. Right now. Obviously, you had the lady back in the day for the TV show, and that worked. But now, I know what you're thinking.
We'll never mention that on this podcast.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
But she's perfect. The guy, I think his name's like Jason Momoa or something.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Momoa.
He's a fantastic Aquaman.
Bitches love Jason Momoa.
I mean, I can see why.
Yeah, man. He's just a big hunky guy, got the big ass beard and long hair and shit. Like,
and he's like the king of Atlantis or whatever the fuck Aquaman's.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, Ben Affleck was a good Batman, like aesthetically looking. Yeah. What's the dude's name who plays Superman? He's the British guy.
God.
I mean, he's now the person who plays The Witcher in the Netflix. Is The Witcher. But him again, aesthetically, looks wise, perfect Superman. So we get this perfect casting, but the films are fucking terrible, and I don't know what it is. Superman versus Batman, Batman v Superman, whatever way round it was, trash. The Superman films, trash. Wonder Woman films, trash. Aquaman film, trash. Shazam, oh my god, it's good. I like this. So then we get the Joker. So I don't know if it's part of the DCU or it's like some sort of separate film. I don't
think it's a part of DCU.
Now, I didn't hate this film, but people overhyped it. Go back and watch it for a second and third time. It is not as good as you first think.
It is quite slow in parts.
It is very slow.
I even thought that when I was watching it for the first time. It is slow in parts. I think it's still great. I think it has a great message.
100%. I can't take that away. I think it's a great film. People were saying it's a 10 out of 10 film. It is not a 10 out of 10 film. I don't think it's anywhere near a 10 out of 10 film. I think it's a solid 8.5.
Well, yeah, I'll give it 8.5.
But bearing in mind, that's a very good grade. That's nowhere near a 10. Even though it's like a 2 or a 1.5 away from a 10, it is not a 10. There's very few 10s out there in the world.
I'm trying to think of
and even among the 10s, there's some 11 out of 10s.
Like what?
Like Godfather Part 2. That's an 11 out of 10.
That's a very good film.
But so going into The Batman, first of all, seeing Twilight, Robert Pattinson, Vampire Man as Batman, did not fill me with much confidence. However, I've heard he's actually quite good, so I'll give it to him.
He did his thing, man.
But I have serious.
Zoe Kravitz was a fucking good Catwoman.
Yeah. I mean, again, I said the casting, they don't do bad with the cast. I think Robert Pattinson was an odd choice, but I hear he's pulled it out of the bag, so I'll give him his credit.
Hey, whatever those casting people see in those actors, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
They know what they're doing.
So I will watch it. I won't pay to watch it in the cinema. I will wait until it's either on a streaming service or Mr. Putlocker.
I just kind of understood why they would put Robert Pattinson as Batman. You watched Batman from the Future, right?
Batman from the Future.
Is it Batman? Oh, the fuck is it?
What the fuck is I thought, are you trying to get confused with Back to the Future?
No, Batman from the...
the
Batman of the Future. That's it.
Animated
Batman
show.
Beyond. Yeah.
Right.
He looks a lot like. He reminds me a lot from like Batman Beyond.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, but okay, I understand.
He reminds me a lot more like that. I'm sure somebody can kind of attest to that because it's giving me that kind of sort of feeling.
So another thing why I don't want to see this film is because so many people hyped the Joker, saying it's a 10 out of 10 film.
Right.
And then when I saw it, I was like, meh, it was good. It's not a 10 out of 10. And then people were going, This is a 10 out of 10 Batman film. It's the best comic book film ever.
I don't know about all of that.
People were saying it.
Okay,
People were saying
I'll admit, I'll put my hand up right now.
You were going mental.
I was gassed off this film because it just really was hitting all the right notes for me. I did call it the best Batman film, but I've calmed down now. The fact
that you've calmed down makes me want to go see it.
I've calmed down. I'm giving you the most reasonable, objective, view I can give you. I would say it's a very good film. It definitely hits Batman great. Like, it definitely gets all the key points of what Batman's about. The source material that it's pulling from, which is meant to be the Halloween sort of...
The bloody Halloween.
Bloody Halloween. I think it's very good. I think Riddler's fantastic. I think it's pacing.
The thing is, talking about the Riddler, and obviously we did mention this earlier, I have a soft spot for Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Yeah,
and ultimately... I don't think that can be topped.
We were like 3-4 years old when that
I still don't think that can be topped. It's like... So do you know what it's like? It's like Jack Nicholson's Joker. Yeah. When you see it, you go, that's never going to be topped. Jack Nicholson is a perfect Joker. Then you get Heath Ledger and you go, holy shit.
You know what it's like, bro? It's just typically what the kind of flavour you're feeling. Someday you might wake up and say, I feel something sweet, and that's the Nicholson. And then you might think, I want something spicy. That's the Ledger.
I hear you.
It's your flavour and what you're feeling that day.
I'm always feeling Jim Carrey.
Okay, all right. Well, I will tell you right now, you're going to get a lot of spicy flavours in this film. It does have some funny moments, some funny one-liners.
Of course, yeah.
It's not like super serious. Like, it's balanced out nicely.
Well, I think this sort of leads on to what we were going to talk about next as well, and also sort of I think another reason why I have such disappointment in the DCU, and the reason why like sort of in contrast to what you were saying, is that with my disappointment and sort of, as you said, like the jokes and the lightheartedness, is we compare it to the MCU.
Well, it's impossible to not compare it to the MCU. Because
I mean, they are the two biggest comic book factions in the world.
Of course,
they do the same thing but different.
Like, no one's talking about the Archie universe or anything like that.
Or no, the Peanuts.
There's Archie. No one's talking about Archie's like cinematic universe. We're talking about DC and Marvel. But I understand like it's impossible because we've seen Marvel do all this crazy shit. They've built up all this thing where they've got these like different separate stories going on to where they meet up in the one thing.
And now it's getting bigger.
It's getting even bigger. Obviously, I feel like a lot of people say that Endgame might be the peak of it because we haven't really had anything. Well, except for Spider-Man, we haven't really seen a crazy much going on with what they're setting up.
I mean, if you look at the films that have come out since Endgame, you had Spider-Man Far Away From Home, you had Shang-Chi, you had Black Widow, you had Eternals, and you had Spider-Man. Oh God, what's the new one? Spider-Man
No Way Home.
No Way Home. That's what you've had since.
Okay.
Bro, you don't need to look at them. I know my Marvel.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, there's no other films. Obviously, we've had all the TV shows as well, but there's been no other films.
Oh yeah.
And admittedly, only the Spider-Man films have been good ones. I mean, Black Widow, Eternals were pretty poor.
I haven't seen Black Widow.
I liked Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi
was alright.
Shang-Chi was okay. So
I haven't seen Black Widow.
I think we haven't had
Eternals. Eternals wasn't as bad as people made out.
Oh no, it was absolute trash.
It wasn't great. Like, it wasn't like straight dog shit to me. It was just like just shrug. I think people were trying to make it seem like it's like the worst Marvel film ever made.
Oh, it might be. Yeah. I think Hulk.
Mobius might take that spot. Apparently, Mobius.
No, that's not MCU. That's Sony, man. Fuck them, man. That's Sony.
Oh, okay, fine.
Do you know what? People are going, oh, Mobius is going to be so fucking sick because in the trailer there was a picture of Spider-Man. You know, the creator come out recently and said, I don't know why that was in the trailer. And also, Jared Leto is awful.
You think he's a bad actor?
Yeah.
What's he done recently?
He's done some good roles where he's been decent in them. But do you remember he was the Joker at one point?
Oh, that was dog shit. That was absolutely terrible. Where's his IMDb? Here we go.
But I think it's, as you said, it's really difficult not to compare the MCU and the DCU together.
Oh, he was in Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, he was the transvestite in Dallas Buyers Club.
He was.
I think he won an Oscar for that, to be fair. So, I mean, he's done good roles. I just don't think he's a very good actor when he gets like... do you know what it is? I don't think he has much range.
That's fair enough.
But people think he does, and they keep giving him these roles, and he's really trashing them. So, but, I mean, he was an awful Joker.
Yeah, we can all agree.
And I've heard Mobius is a pile of stinking dog shit as well, which I expected it to be.
I saw the trailer. I thought, this could be okay. I thought it might not be anything incredible, but I looked at some things. It might be okay.
I wasn't interested.
Like, I wasn't expecting the moon and stars. I just thought, like...
I wasn't interested at all. It's similar when Sony make a Marvel film, is how I have the same reaction when a DCU film is made. And it's such a shame because Marvel has spoiled us.
Marvel have spoiled us. I think it's just...
I genuinely think if the DCU took their time, which they're on the right track with this Batman film, if they continue to do what they've done with Batman, and they keep making films like they've made this Batman film, 3 or 4 films later, if they keep hitting those notes of that Batman film, I will do a U-turn and I will apologise, because they just need to take it at their own pace. Stop trying to compete with Marvel, because they are 10 trillion years ahead of you and 25 films deep.
Well, yeah, you're right. I think they should just do what they want to do. I don't think they need to like look at Marvel or anything, because, well, Marvel's Marvel. Just kind of like give us some more Batmans, bro. The Batman is a very good film. Like, I honestly don't know why they just don't say, you know what, fuck it, let me not even think about this universe thing, let me just make good films. You know what I mean?
I would rather them do that.
Yeah,
because that's what The Dark Knight was. The Dark Knight trilogy was not a DCU. It was just, they were just good Batman films.
Was there even a DCU back then?
No, I think around the same time that's when Man of Steel come out. So that was the first of the DCU.
Man of Steel is terrible, bro.
But exactly.
It's not good. Like,
talking about like Batman and everything.
Okay.
Marvel's actually answer to the Batman.
Moon Knight.
Is Moon Knight. Now I know you haven't seen Moon Knight.
Have you seen Moon Knight yet?
As recording this episode, there's been 2 episodes of Moon Knight.
So yeah.
When this episode goes live, there would be 3 episodes of Moon Knight.
Does it come out on every Thursday, Friday or so?
They come out every Wednesday. We are recording this on a Tuesday evening.
Okay.
So there's been 2 episodes of Moon Knight. Now, Moon Knight is their Batman. Kinda.
Yeah, like my friend Reggie, he loves Moon Knight. He's been reading the comics.
But by all means, it's a cool character.
He looks very cool.
Aesthetically, like the kind of mummy look, is fucking cool. It's like, it is an ancient Egyptian vibe. Like, he is possessed by like an Egyptian god.
Oh, sorry, my cat sneezed.
He fucking scared me. Yeah, so he is possessed by an Egyptian god.
Oh, really?
Maybe not possessed, but like in contract with an Egyptian god, and he sort of borrows his powers from this Egyptian god. I like that. That's cool as fuck. What I have issue with, which I think is what everyone has issues with, is Oscar Isaac. Bearing in mind, Oscar Isaac is a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, I see him in decent roles.
Brilliant actor.
What's he done? Like, what's a big role he's done? I can't think of one.
You got IMDb up?
God damn it. I do have IMDb up.
Oscar Isaac is a brilliant actor, and he does well in this until he opens his fucking mouth and starts speaking like this. I've got this British accent. Oh, bloody hell.
So apparently, from what I've heard from like the comic book peeps, stop sneezing. What's wrong with you? I hope you're not sick.
Nah, little dust.
Yeah, probably dusty now. Yeah, so from what I have been researching, apparently he's meant to think he's British, but he's not. No,
so
British.
So it is established already from the 2 films.
I think my cat's trying to get down.
Oh, she can't get down. So Shaq's got another new cat, and she's tiny, and she climbed all the way to the top of the cat tree and couldn't get down. But yeah, so it's already established it was established in the first episode, so it's not too much of a spoiler. I know you haven't seen it, but I won't give any like story beats away. I've just given more of the character. He is Stephen Graham, this British guy who talks like he talks like Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
He does.
And he works in a museum gift shop.
Okay.
He has a sleeping disorder.
All right.
Where he sort of has to tie himself to the bed every night because he wakes up in random places. But what it is he's actually becoming... I can't remember the last name, but it's Mark something, who is an American who is in contract with this Egyptian god. So he has some sort of sleep personality disorder where, like... so what I think it is this Mark guy is the original person. And for his brain to cope with it, he has created this fake British person. That's my theory. I don't know much about Moon Knight, but it was sort of similar to what you're saying, that the British is fake. He's created it.
Or, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like someone who lived in like Oxford, then moved down to like London for uni.
No, it isn't, bro. It sounds like an American trying to put on a fucking Cockney accent.
It kind of does, but it's giving me. But
like... if for story elements, it is that the British persona is faked and created, that would be reason enough why the accent is terrible, and it would explain it, and I will respect it, because then it's kind of a bit of an in-joke, a bit of a funny thing.
Maybe, but it really sounds like a bunch of like white girls from like Northampton listened to a bunch of Skepta and wrote the script.
Possibly. Yeah, I know there's a clip circulating from episode 2. He's in the suit, he beats down on something, and he goes, Wagwan! I was like, wait, does he say Wagwan or Bumbacla or something?
He says Wagwan. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, it's quite cringy.
Listen, man.
It's very, 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 very cringy.
It's very cringy.
Now, don't get me wrong. Of a London vocabulary, Wagwan is used.
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't really living in London or whatever,
we're very multicultural.
Very multicultural, so
we would say Wallahi and Wagwan in the same sentence.
So a lot of patois has circulated in UK dialect now. So if you're in London, you will hear that mixed in every so often, such as blood and Wagwan and all sorts.
Bumbacla, Pussycla.
Some people might say pussy. Or
Pussy.
That's more British. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that there is a mixture there's a melting pot of languages that go on in the UK. Why I don't like this one? Because it's really giving me that vibe of like white kids that have like moved to London.
It's forced, bro. It's forced.
It is forced. Like, it's really giving me that vibe of like, you're not from around here.
It was out of place. Now, if he was talking like that in a better London accent before, and he done something like that, it would be way more understandable. It's so out of place. So out of place.
But no one says Wagwan after knocking someone out.
No, it made no sense either.
That's what I mean, bro. Like, that's like me punching something. Like, that's me being in Japan.
Do you know what I think it is? I think whoever wrote the script for episode 2 had been watching Top Boy, and they were like, I'm going to work this into the script.
Did you watch Top Boy?
I haven't watched Top Boy, no.
Okay.
I want to go back and watch it all before.
I've been trying to get Olivia to watch the original,
which is called Summer House now. Yeah,
because it is good. This latest season of Top Boy was interesting.
I don't really want to. My brother comes to me and tries to talk, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I will watch it. I want to stay out of it before I get into it, because I don't want to hear anything, because I loved the first 2 seasons that were on Channel 4 many years ago.
Man, that was in college, isn't it?
Before, bro, when we were at school, man. We were like year 11, year 10 and shit.
Because I remember when so-and-so's dog got killed. They killed the dog, innit?
See, I don't remember none of this. That's why I want to watch it again.
You remember because someone put as their BBM profile picture. I was like, you're a sicko.
Bro, I don't remember none of this. It's why I want to rewatch it all. I've completely forgotten the whole thing.
It's very quick. It's like 4 episodes each season.
Yeah, no, I can breeze through it. It's just finding the time to do it.
Yeah, I might watch it tonight. Fuck it.
But
yeah.
Talking on Moon... circling back to Moon Knight quickly.
Yeah.
I don't think I mean, we're only 2 episodes in. 3 episodes when this comes out. It might get better. It's fine at the moment. Do you know what is nice? It's nice to see a setting that isn't New York.
True.
Or an American city.
Also, that clip floating around, it was out of context. I don't know.
No. it's very out of place when he does that.
Yeah, it's very out of context.
He beats down on something as Stephen Graham, so he's not Mark. So at that point, he's kind of assumed control of the powers as Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham or Stephen Grant? Oh, I can't
Stephen
remember.
Graham. I think he said that before.
And he beats down on something using the powers, and he shouts "Wagwan," and it's just like, huh? Bit weird. Again, it's just very, 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 very strange. His accent is very odd. I can't really comment on the story because I'm only 2 episodes in. We've got Ethan Hawke as like the bad guy, and he seems pretty cool. I'll be honest.
Ethan Hawke. He's not a bad actor.
Yeah, he's probably in one of the most scariest films ever.
Oh, what was it called again?
Sinister, bro.
Sinister. Fuck, that film was scary.
But just talking about the Marvel Disney shows, because we haven't really spoke about them on the podcast before at all.
Really, no.
I mean, there's been quite a few of them right now. I mean, very sort of quickly. I don't want to go into too much detail on all of them. Like, how do you feel with them, and like, how would you rank them?
So I probably think Loki's probably the best one out so far.
Oh God, okay.
I really liked Loki. I thought it was really good. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was okay.
So I would say WandaVision was the best one.
Oh fuck! I forgot about WandaVision.
I would say WandaVision, then Hawkeye.
I haven't seen Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is very good. I would put Hawkeye and WandaVision sort of neck and neck, but I'd give WandaVision a little bit. So I'd say WandaVision, Hawkeye. Then I would say Falcon, Winter Soldier, that one, only because I really liked the whole sort of racism comment in it. I think that was quite a nice touch with like the old Captain America that kind of got pushed aside, and then it was like they would never respect a black Captain America sort of thing. I really kind of liked that story element of it.
Yeah,
I mean, there was some other really poor things like, oh, it's the Flag Smashers again. It's just like, yeah, fuck that. That was boring. But I really liked that, like with the old Captain America.
Yeah, he was cool.
I really did like that. Maybe a bit too much. Like I thought that was quite a good.
That white guilt getting into you.
Oh, fuck off! I just thought it was an interesting take because it was like a good comment on like America today as well, which they've never really done before in like the MCU. So I thought that was quite nice. And then I would say, I mean, Moon Knight's too new, so I won't actually add that to the list. But I'd say Loki's the worst one so far.
You really thought that I don't know.
Loki is certainly the worst one.
I liked Loki because
only the last episode. The last episode of Loki is probably the best episode out of any of the TV shows. The 5 before it are utter garbage.
I honestly thought Falcon and Winter Soldier was meh.
It was meh.
It was pretty meh.
I don't think the TV shows have been that great.
Loki was the only one that actually had me like paying attention. I wasn't like looking at my phone during the whole thing.
Oh, see, I that's a pet peeve of mine. I can never look at my phone when watching something.
It depends what I'm watching. If I'm watching like something I'm really invested in, then I obviously phone goes away. But if it's like something like, all right, I want to just get through this, I want to see what everyone's talking about, I might have my phone on a little bit, I might glance up a bit. I never really once gave a shit about the Falcon one.
But do you feel that with all of the Marvel TV shows a little bit? Maybe not with Loki, as you said.
I thought What If held my attention for a few of them.
Oh, I did like What If actually, but I wouldn't. That's not really part of the MCU.
It's not.
Mind you, having said that, evil Doctor Strange from the What If has been shown in the trailers for the Multiverse of Madness. So I mean that's a film coming out next month. Which
that's what I was going to mention is that as much as I am getting superhero fatigue, I kind of am excited for that.
I am excited for that. Do you know why I'm excited for it? Because it's finally like a continuation of like the big picture stuff.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of a glimpse in the new Spider-Man one. What's it? No Way Home. No Way Home.
Yeah.
We got a glimpse of like the multiverse stuff, but none of it. It was more kind of like, oh, it's Spider-Man-y. It's a bit more fun, a bit more comedic, a bit more. And
it was very nostalgic.
It was very cool. It was nice seeing Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx.
Man, shout out Willem Dafoe, man.
It was nice seeing all of them, man.
How you hate Willem Dafoe? No one
and the thing is, I give them so much ratings coming to this film and doing like that as well. Like, it's very easy for actors to like move on from roles.
Well, he's fixed that Spider-Man issue. Even he sent all the villains back to their respective like universes.
But no one can remember Spider-Man now, which is because Spider-Man has now gone back to Sony after this film.
Is it?
I think so.
Seriously?
So it's not a Marvel property anymore. Well, sorry, it's not an MCU.
What?
Well, I think that was the deal. You can only use Spider-Man for a certain amount of films, and then it goes back to Sony. So I think they had to do something so he doesn't exist in the MCU anymore.
Oh, really?
I think in a sense. I mean, guys, if I'm wrong, let me know.
I hope you're wrong because everyone loves Spider-Man. They want to see Sony fuck it up again. Like, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Hopefully they're like, you know what? Just have the webhead back. Have him back.
I think, I mean, hopefully Sony makes another deal with him because Tom Holland's been great.
Oh, he's fantastic. We all love Tom Holland. You know, he's with Zendaya. Everyone thinks Zendaya's like the hottest girl in the world.
She's got like a TV show that people say is like straight up porn or something.
Oh, Euphoria. I think glance over when Olivia watches it. It's very much like a coming of age teen drama, but it's very like visceral. There's a lot of drug use.
And it's like
sex.
It's risque.
Risque, yeah. It's you ever watched that film called Kids? Oh, you've never watched that film? Damn. Now that's a film that's gonna make you really uncomfortable. Now, like this film, like this fucking film right here, my guy. This.
I have never seen this.
Now it's kind of like people like literally like Wikipedia right here. It says Ben Detrick of the New York Times describes the film as Lord of the Flies with skateboards, nitrous oxide, and hip hop.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's a good film. Olivia and I watched it together.
So who's in it? Oh God, I don't know any of those people. How old is it?
Oh, it's like 95.
Okay, that's probably why.
It has Rosario Dawson's first role. It's like her very first role.
Oh, okay.
But it's a good film.
So that's sort of like Euphoria-ish.
It's definitely like Euphoria in like 1995.
Okay.
But I thought I've been watching a little bit of like Euphoria, just like glance over and see what it's about. It looks alright.
I don't know if I want to watch it, but it certainly piqued my interest, and I do like Zendaya as well. I mean, she's a great actress as well.
She's pretty good, man.
She was a good Mary Jane.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, check it out. You know, throw it on, see how you feel. Yeah, man.
I think that's everything.
That's pretty much it, man. That's all on the list, man. Anything else on your mind?
No, it's been a good podcast today.
It's been a good podcast. But yes, I'm trying hard, guys, to not talk about Sonic 2 spoilers. I might have spoke about one spoiler on my Twitter, so please avoid that.
Also, I think I gave something away.
You definitely did give something away.
So, I mean, if you got that from what I said, you're a Sonic head. You know, you should know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. Are we calling it?
I think that's it, man. I'm gonna call it a day right here. I haven't got anything on my mind that I can think of right away. So if you guys like this episode of the podcast, the Betwixt Ideas Podcast, episode 21, please make sure to subscribe to all the stuff, YouTube channel. You know, follow us on Spotify. We also Apple as well. We also got the TikTok account, Instagram account, Twitter account. Twitter account is Betwixt Ideas at Betwixt Ideas. Instagram is the Betwixt Ideas Podcast, and TikTok is the Betwixt Ideas Podcast as well.
Ding, ding, ding. Feedback.
Oh, and the emails as well.
Yeah, please email feedback to us. Comment on YouTube or where else can they comment? Comment on YouTube. No, it's YouTube. Comment on the YouTube.
Definitely comment on the YouTube.
Or DM us on the socials.
We would love to hear.
Or definitely send us feedback, whether that's questions or just sort of how you feel the podcast, what we can do better, what you like, what you don't like, and that's at the Betwixt Ideas Feedback @gmail.com.
Yes, definitely check that email out. We'll be looking at all your responses and whatever, and any suggestions for the podcast and all sorts and all that love and all that good shit. So, guys, excuse us. We're going to head out. Have a good day, guys. You're wonderful. I love you. And all that shit.
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening, people.
Peace out. Bye.